Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's Nastazsa. If you're new here, I would love it if you would subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. I'm so excited for today's video. I feel like this is probably my favorite makeover on this channel to date. Super excited with the way it turned out. So I'm showing you guys a full extreme room makeover, all of the renovation process as well. Make sure you're subscribed with those post notifications turned on because I will be doing a full decorating video of this living room coming soon. But I definitely wanted to share with you guys the process as well as a really fun IKEA furniture hack. And I'm showing you guys my new furniture pieces from Cardiel that they were super kind enough to send over. So I'm excited to share with you guys the whole process and how everything turned out. So without further ado, we can just jump right into it. All right guys, here I am sharing with you the before of the room. As you can see, there's some beautiful detailing on the fireplace as well as the arches in this home are just amazing. I've always loved them. But the living room itself needed a little bit of work. The first thing I knew I wanted to change was getting this popcorn off the ceiling. And you guys would be surprised. This is a pretty fun and easy task. So if it's something you want to do in your home, I would highly recommend trying it out. I learned how to do this from my grandpa, and he pretty much has a really simple, easy system that he uses to do this. So all you have to do is get the ceiling wet. So I'm borrowing his little spray machine mechanism here, and I'm just spraying water onto the ceiling. So once you get that popcorn really saturated, all you have to do is go in with a scraper, and as you can see, it just pretty much comes right off of the ceiling. It's a very easy process. It's fun. I kind of like doing this, so I'm probably going to continue to do it in every room in this house. It doesn't take that long, so you can honestly make this just like a fun weekend project to do. I would just recommend getting off the popcorn as smoothly as you can. It will reduce the time you have to go back in and sand it. I don't have a clip sanding it just because I did not want to ruin my camera, but you do have to go back in and sand it, and then after that, you are good to just paint it. So after that was done, as you can see, it does leave a bit of a mess. I would definitely recommend covering the floor. But for me, I knew I was taking out the carpet. And another tip from my grandpa, when removing the carpet, is to just take a box cutter and cut the carpet into strips and then roll it up. And after you are done rolling it up, you can just secure each roll with some tape. And then it's very easy to discard the old carpet. So once the carpet was out, I did have to go back in and get out all of the nails and stuff that was there to secure the carpet. Of course, I took off the baseboards, and then I went ahead and made sure everything was nice and clean and prepped for the floor. Now, I did not put the floor in. I did have help. I did watch, and I did put a few of the pieces down, but all in all, I did have someone else help me with the floor. All right, so I'm gonna start off with the fireplace. Just wanted to give you guys a close-up of the before. So essentially, I just wanna change the color of these tiles. It's a very quick fix to the fireplace. So all I'm gonna be using is some primer and then a paint color over it. But first, everything needs to be sanded down. So this is a very easy way to change the color of your tiles on a fireplace. Would highly recommend it. It's a very affordable fix, as opposed to removing all of this tile, which could happen eventually, but I'd rather do it in the future. Right now, this is just the easiest way to change the color. I'm actually gonna tape everything off first with this frog tape. My mom told me to use this instead of the blue tape. I did not have success with the blue painter's tape. So we're trying this one. It's for multi-surface. So I'm just gonna use that along all of these little edges here before I sand it, in case I accidentally nick one of these. I don't wanna take off the white paint because the white paint is staying. Now I'm just going in with this Bullseye 123 primer and a high density foam brush, and that is going to prime the tiles. All right, I totally ran out of daylight, but this is the first coat of the primer. I definitely think it's going to take a second coat. But as I mentioned, I did kind of run out of lighting, so I'm gonna go ahead and throw that second coat on, and then I'll actually paint the fireplace tomorrow. All right, everyone, it is the next day. As I mentioned, I let it dry overnight. And a lot of you guys are always saying you feel like you can't do things because it's not gonna be perfect. I'm not perfect. I had a few little drip marks, but what I did was I just went in with some sandpaper and kind of sanded that down just to make sure everything ended up being smooth. So it doesn't have to be perfect. You can always fix little imperfections like that. So I encourage you guys to try. I kind of learned a lot of the stuff that I do just by trying it. So definitely give it a shot. So what I'm gonna do now is go in with the color. I don't know why I'm so nervous. I think because the color is super dark. It's like almost black. So it is gonna be a huge transformation, but I'm actually really excited to get started. All right, I'm actually feeling really good about the color because it's exactly as I envisioned. It's not black, it's just like a dark charcoal, so it's not gonna be too dark. I'm gonna go ahead and start applying this. It will probably take 2 coats just like the primer, I assume. Wait, the color is perfect. Oh my God, and with the primer, the color is going on so well. All right, it is a little bit later when we're adding the second coat, so ignore the really random lighting, but I'm gonna go ahead and put the second coat on the top first because this area seems dry. For some reason, the bottom to me isn't looking that dry. So hopefully, once I do this second coat, as I mentioned, it will kind of fill in the areas. Yep, just like I imagined. So it kind of gets the areas in the grout that I didn't get the first time, which is great because I don't really think the grout itself needs that 2 coat. So I just wanna make sure I'm adding the second coat, but also filling in all of the grout area. Okay, all done with the fireplace. I love the way it turned out. It's just a very dark charcoal gray color, and I think it looks amazing. It really makes the room pop. We're definitely gonna bring some color back in, as you see over here. In the corner, I have my little plants all ready to go, but first, since we did get these beautiful curtain rods up, they are from Lowe's, I am going to go ahead and attach the curtain. All right, the curtain clips are attached. Now I'm gonna go ahead and put the curtain on. I just found some on Amazon that were super cheap. I needed 6 panels, and this wasn't something that I, to be honest, wanted to spend a lot of money on. All right, definitely trial and error. I kind of learned exactly how to hang them from this side. Believe it or not, this is my first time ever using curtains, just because I do have pretty bad allergies, so this isn't really the smartest option for me. But it looks just so beautiful and so aesthetic. I knew that I wanted some form of curtains in here. So again, I'm folding over the pocket top, and then I'm also pulling in the sides to create a more like seamless look essentially. And then from there, I can go ahead and kind of steam everything and fix it. But I found that that's actually the best way to hang these. So I clip it in the middle once I fold it in. And then again, folding over that little pocket seam. I'm so in love with these. I'm super excited because they're really sheer, but you also can't see the blinds under them, which I like because I do like to close the blinds just to block out the actual sun, but I like the look of the sheer curtain. So this is kind of perfect for that. I will eventually get some sort of different window coverings, but for now, the blinds are perfect. I think this looks amazing. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the other 2 windows. All right, I'm gonna actually start adding the greenery here since I have the ladder handy. So I'm just adding this pot from Lowe's. If you guys are interested in these pots that I show, you need to get to Lowe's now. They're selling out so quickly because they look like they're vintage, and for the price, I think they're at a really great price point. So highly would recommend these. So I got this pot, and then I'm just gonna put this Monstera in here for now. I think eventually it will sadly overgrow this area and need to be moved. All right, and then for this side, I actually have this little hurricane that I got from Crate & Barrel. It's meant to be a candle holder, but I'm using it as a kind of pot for this plant. I made this, I glued these together. These came from the curtain rods, just to kind of prop up and elevate the plant that I want to put in here. That way it can grow properly, since again, this isn't a pot by any means. So I'm just gonna go ahead and fit that right in there. All right, looking so good so far, but I'm gonna rotate this plant just a little bit. I feel like it needs to be Perfection. So good. This is so beautiful. I'm not done like fluffing out the leaves or anything, but the pot together with this tray is such a good combo. Again, that is the Lowe's pot I was telling you guys about. I absolutely love it. I'm so pleased with the way it turned out. So I'm gonna go ahead and fluff out all the leaves and then I'll show you guys what it looks like when I'm done. All right, the curtains are hung up. They look so good. I love the amount of light they're bringing in here. This tree, I actually decided to move it all the way back over there. So I'm gonna do that and then I'm gonna go ahead and put some wood into the fireplace because that's a little bit empty. Oh my gosh, guys, I just unwrapped this chair from Cardiel. They were kind enough to gift me this chair as well as the sofa. This is the Alexis fabric chair. I am so in love with this. It is so comfortable and the fabric on it is super soft, but it still has that really nice texture to it. It is amazing. I'm absolutely in love, obsessed with this. I think it really ties everything together in the room as well. And then now I'm gonna show you guys the couch, which is just insane. This has actually been my dream couch for a while now, having something this style, and it is the Tate sectional. This thing is absolutely beautiful. The detailing on the back is amazing. So when I was thinking about the living room, I knew that I wanted to do these arches justice and I wanted to have something behind the couch, but I wasn't sure what. So the fact that this couch already has the detailing on the back with the straps and the posts, it just kind of ties everything in together. It's super soft, so comfortable. 10 out of 10 would recommend this stuff. I will have them both linked in the description box down below because Cardiel has just absolutely amazing furniture pieces, so definitely check them out if you haven't already. All right, and then moving on to the coffee table. This is actually a vintage lucite coffee table. Very rare piece to find. They have a lot of these that they make nowadays and they're made from acrylic, but this one is like super heavy duty. Obviously, it's not in perfect condition. It does have a few like marks and scuffs, but over time, I think I can work on them and get them out a little bit more. And then just for the time being, I put some coffee table books on the coffee table just so it isn't bare. But as I mentioned earlier, a full video is coming fully styling this room and decorating it, along with a ton of just like decorating tips. I'm gonna share with you guys how to style a coffee table, how to style like shelving and whatnot in that video. So again, I just kind of wanted to share with you guys the furniture pieces that I did try out, as well as the IKEA hack, because I think it's a great affordable furniture option. All right, now I'm sharing with you guys these Ivar cabinets from IKEA. This is a fun little hack you can do. I just took some crown molding from Lowe's. I cut it in 11-inch pieces as well as 28-inch pieces at a 45-degree angle. And I just wanted to make little frames with the crown molding on each of these cabinets. So that is all I did for this hack. I went ahead and got a ruler and just measured out 2 inches on each edge of each Ivar cabinet, and that is where I was going to secure the little crown molding pieces. So all you have to do is take a pen or pencil. You can totally just write on the cabinet because we are going to paint them after. So I just did all of my measurements directly onto the cabinets because I knew the paint would cover it. After I got all of my measurements right and good to go, I just went in with some Gorilla wood glue and I secured each of these crown molding pieces on. So you need 4 pieces for each door, and I am doing this on 2 separate cabinets, kind of to create like a really nice furniture console. But the glue is super simple to work with, and once you are applying it with the glue, make sure you apply a little bit of pressure just to make sure everything stays down. Molding has dried and you guys can kind of get an idea of what the design looks like. The next step is just to go ahead and paint it. I did end up making 2 of these cabinets to go side by side to like mimic a console, just because this was such an affordable option for a console. Everything I was seeing was like $1,000, 500 bucks. I'm like, I can probably DIY something cheaper. So that is where this little concept came from. All right, the IKEA hack is finished. So pleased with how these little cabinets came out, and I just pushed them together to use them as a console. You could obviously wood glue them together if you wanted to, just in case I want to move them around. I didn't do that quite yet, but absolutely love the way this turned out. They look so expensive with the crown molding on them. However, this was such an affordable DIY instead of having a regular console, because consoles like this can range from anywhere from like $500 to over $1,000, and I just didn't really want to spend that. So I think this looks great. I have a few things that I put on top just for now, but as I mentioned, I will be styling everything in another video. And then in that corner, of course, I have my olive tree that I recently got. I will have that link down below. In my opinion, it's worth every penny, simply because I did buy the more affordable option that everyone's kind of like posting about. I personally did not like it. It was very yellow and it just looked really cheap and fake. However, this olive tree looks really real. And I think I mentioned this earlier, but they're pretty expensive at Home Depot, and I'm not sure I was able to even keep a real one alive. So totally fine with spending what I did on it, because I did get it on a Black Friday sale. So that is that. I'm gonna go ahead and share with you guys the before and after reveal right now. So that is the completed makeover of this room. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Stay tuned for the full decorating video that will be coming out very shortly. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!